Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
First in the building, Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. You already know combat. What's good, OG? What's good? The GOAT is on deck. Salute to you. Good morning. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, aka always Mr. Sucker Free. Salute to you, brother. What's good, big bro at WCS? What's good, Gumbo? Hope all is well with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to these brothers, the first in the building. Appreciate y'all pulling up. And I want to talk about, a situation that, took place, of course. Two fights. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia and Vasyl Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. And you may not know where I'm going with this at all. But if you look in the thumbnail, it said numbers do lie. All right. But I want to first give a shout out to the supporters of the channel. Those of you that basically hit the like button on your own. Don't have to be told. Those who support the channel. Appreciate y'all who support the Cash App yesterday. Salute to y'all. One love. Continue to pass the word. Build up subscribers, of course, but regardless of the numbers on the channel, I'm gonna keep on moving anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have to wait for the next. You have to be able to take the initiative and come up with your own, plan on where you're trying to go. And sometimes people understand, that the certain platforms like the YTC, you can put countless upon countless hours into this, and you're only going to get so far because you're not the owner. You don't own the network. So in this media biz, you should think about expanding out other ventures, especially if you are planning on, sticking with the fighter regime. You should find somehow, some way to grow your channel outside of the YTC and, build your own like second avenue, second lane. But back to the game. Y'all remember these two fights? Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, man, set crazy numbers. We did not think they would be up there with the records. And I used to take a look back and say, well, it's some fights that I thought that would do pretty decent numbers, but did not. And then everyone used to, and they still do, use the Floyd Mayweather measuring tool. You know what I'm saying? They use him as the bar and the money that he was able to make when he was active with some of the big names. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao, the fight he had with Conor McGregor, that I always say to this day, I bring it up because it was genius in what he did. It was genius. Why criticize somebody for the history of boxing when boxing allows that individual to have zero fights to get a license, zero boxing fights to get a license? Why be mad at the process for which Floyd Mayweather benefited from? He's genius for that shit. Genius. It's a bit of genius that went into Ryan Garcia, Javante Davis. You know why? Because Ryan Garcia was no way, shape, or form so-called on paper to be qualified to step in there with Javante Davis based off the qualification skills for the job. Yes, he's a professional fighter, but he really didn't have anything else to go with it. His resume was mediocre, no real championships at all. Yes, he had some numbers to his professional winning, but it was nobody for us to give him plaudits and say, man, he deserved to be here. This is going to be a tough fight for Javante. You know, this dude has did everything up to this point to get what he needs to be to align himself for a championship showdown. Nobody was saying that. You know what they were saying? They were saying he is a social media star. He's bringing a social media weight. That's what he's doing. Ryan Garcia, in his own way, had a bit of genius to him too. Real talk. You have to look at him and the social media AI followers. Whoever began to build up his social media followers, anybody with the mind, all right, anybody with the mind that can brainstorm and do troubleshooting independently will figure out that Ryan Garcia's 9+ million, now 10 million. There's no way to fully account for each individual. But whoever started to build that up early, Ryan Garcia, was genius because people actually believe he has 10 million IG followers. 10 million. Now, listen to where I'm going with it. James Gang on deck. Let me get to the chat right quick. James Gang on deck. Okay, so Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis did only 1.3. But yet, the whole process of Javante Davis linking up with Ryan Garcia was what? He wanted to fight him because he had a huge social media following, right? And we can also add into that he has Mexican fight fans. Mexican fight fans are hardcore fight fans, especially when it comes to them going up against a black fighter. They can say what they want about Ryan Garcia. He don't speak Espanol, but they still came out to support him. But I look at how did this fight get to the magnitude of making history the way it did in this era, where not too long ago they were saying that pay-per-view is dead. They were saying that piracy is taking over. The numbers are too much. As we continue to develop and develop technology, more and more people are streaming fights. Economic inflation, people out of work. That's what they was trying to send the message. Oh man, it's no way that these fights will break 1 million pay-per-view buys because it's just too many people that's out there that's unwilling to buy the fight. But now you have Ryan Garcia, right? And we really don't know who in that 10 million followers are actually legit. But what's the amazing part about it, I found out something about this new era when it comes to the sea blind individuals, as I call them. People who look at things, they know something strange and weird, but they continue to treat it like it's normal. Somebody told me, right? Because I don't build up, I don't pay anything for my freaking numbers on YouTube. I don't pay for my views or anything, right? So I was speaking to a certain individual, and we was having a conversation about, certain people that was approved for credentials and so forth, right? So usually when you find a person there that hardly has any subscribers, they may be working for somebody. But it's very it's a short list to find independent media guys like myself that comes in there, and I can do interviews if I want. I can get video, and I also added another layer which I always knew that was very important, and that was photography. So I was talking to this person, and I say, listen, I remember when I applied for this job, apply for this fight. I didn't get approved, but I still came anyway. And then I saw an individual who I know that don't have the numbers, this, and this. And then that's when they start telling me about the game. Well, yeah, they don't have the numbers, but yet they attached to this person that put in a credential for them. And that person is really attached to them. That's what got them in the door. The person who we really approved had more numbers, right? I said, okay, the person you're talking about, there's no way that you can say that they have raw numbers just based off the views they have on their videos, and when they go live they barely even break 500, but yet they got all the way 50, 100K. We're just talking numbers, right? We're just talking numbers because they they was trying to tell me the person that they attached to, that's the reason why they get approved. And they say, you're right, we don't have no way of itemizing or picking out who numbers are what. We have individuals who would take a look at the numbers to and nothing else to basically validate that 60K. They doing 1, 2, 3K, some videos 10K. It's not consistent. But all you're doing is looking at their subscribers. They say, yes, that's what we're doing. We're looking at their subscribers. I said, okay, what if the inflation in their subscribers is allowed you as the host to purchase views, so to purchase subscribers, to purchase, the likes and everything. And they told me, yeah, we understand all that. But you think we're going to go through and try to figure all that out? We don't care. If you request and you send me a link amongst your credential requests, and you send me the links, and on those links it has 5K for this video, 10K, and that video is attached to our promotion, that's all we're going to see. We don't care about the honesty aspect of it. We don't care about any of that. I said, all right, cool. So the fakery, the fakery doesn't really matter when it comes down to it. Ryan Garcia, the fakery doesn't matter. We know damn well he doesn't have 10 million raw follows on IG, but to the naked eye, to the casual boxing fan, to the onlooker, it looks great. It looks great. Think about what other boxer do you know? What other boxer do you know? Peep this out. I'm gonna prove a point to you. What other boxer do you know that has numbers like Ryan Garcia, right? That's in Ryan Garcia's position as a fighter. Ryan Garcia is not this big household name. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't really fought the big who's who until he stepped in there with Gervonta Davis, right? Look at this. Canelo Alvarez, who has on his IG, the face of boxing. This is Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing. He has this on his IG. I don't know if you all ever seen this before, but Canelo has only 15.1 million subscribers. That is Canelo comparable to Ryan. So I go to Ryan Garcia, right? King Ryan. King Ryan has 10.4 million followers. Now, let's just say what separates 4.5 million separates Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez. Now, how can Canelo Alvarez, who isn't this social media, star, so to speak, he isn't on social media making videos and all that, all his fame is in the actual sport. Then you have Ryan Garcia, who's known to make all these videos and build up his identity and this character, the Flash and all that on social media. And he has basically 4.5, we'll just say 4.5, whatever guesstimate, less than Canelo Alvarez, who is the face of boxing, who makes millions upon millions in the sport. Whenever he fights somebody, he's getting paid, but Ryan Garcia isn't. But yet, he's saying he hosts these IG followers. You know what the genius part about it? They started him off early when he really wasn't known. Nobody wasn't paying attention to Ryan Garcia. So he built up these followers, and then you bring on Javante Davis. Javante Davis followers, they wasn't really paying for his IG followers like that to build up the brand. That's the crazy part about PR teams. You have to have somebody on your team that sees in the future. No one really wasn't paying attention on how to build this up. I would recommend every boxer, if you have that time to build up your IG followers, do it. Do it just like Ryan Garcia did. You know what I'm saying? Do it like a lot of other fighters are now doing it. Because if you say, "Oh man, that's fake. It ain't real followers." Okay, I can tell you a lot of Ryan Garcia, followers are not genuine, are not legit. But the wild part about it is, I remember when they asked Javante, did he want to fight Ryan Garcia? He said, yeah. They said, why? Because he has a huge IG following. To the person that's looking at this, they believe in it. They say, oh, he really do have IG followers. You know what I'm saying? He really does. And then the people who really are starting to follow Ryan Garcia and everything, they going off numbers that they don't know anyone that's there before them. They don't know anyone. They just say, okay, he has this amount of followers. I'm gonna follow him too. He about to fight Javante. Oh, I'm gonna follow him too. So his followers went up to over 10 million. For a long time, his followers just sitting at 9 million plus. But he fought Javante, he went up to over 10 million, right? That's a lot. But when it comes down to Javante Davis and Ryan Garcia benefiting from Javante's popularity inside the square, you know what I'm saying, being known as a heavy hitter in the sport, a blossoming superstar on pay-per-view, to Ryan Garcia, who was making videos on IG. So you took the network, you took the online network of social media, and then you take the actual boxing environment, the setting of boxing itself, the whole entire economic boxing, where you look at the structure of the sport and what you have to do to raise yourself up in the sport. The championships, when they say titles don't matter, titles will always matter, because that's how you get championships to your name. That's how you increase your leverage as a boxer. So you take Javante Davis, star power, and you take Ryan Garcia's online star power and mesh them together, and it blossomed into something beautiful. It blossomed into something beautifully. It broke the stigma of people believing that these type of numbers could not be accomplished or achieved in this type of era due to piracy. Now, we don't know in between on what all these people was looking at, but these guys was able to, first of all, be opposites when it comes to accolades and achievement. You have Javante that's heavy on achievements and with the pay-per-view numbers, and then you have Ryan Garcia that's absent. He's tardy of any of these accolades, any of them, bro. He's just basing everything off aesthetics. Everything about Ryan Garcia was aesthetics. That's the genius part about Ryan Garcia. God blessed him to get that moment with Javante Davis, and it happened. Aesthetically, Ryan went off his looks, went off the way his IG account looks, went off his sponsorships with Gatorade and his commercial, the looks, went off him doing videos and showing his speed and displaying, the body punch challenge. Everything was aesthetics for Ryan Garcia. No one really knew if he had power to the body like that. He just had individuals that was willing to play the role with him and go through the motions and shit. You know what I'm saying? That like make it all look believable to the viewer. Whereas Javante Davis, he was really playing that shit out in the ring. He was really, with the body punch challenge, knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? And in spectacular fashion, breaking them down and getting the wins. So you took the Hollywood version and you took the real version, and they clashed, and they came up with 1.3. Let's talk about Vasyl Lomachenko and Devin Haney. I remember once upon a time, I was talking about Zaur Abdullayev and how him and Devin Haney fought, and though the fight was for for something special, they considered in the sport of boxing. Devin was still building up his boxing career. He was still trying to get noticed. Yeah, the name was out there. People knew of him because he was so young. But when it came on how he achieved and started placing these rungs to the ladder to build himself up, people wasn't feeling it too much. You know what I'm saying? He had the Zahu Abdullayev, the Fredo Santiago's. People weren't feeling those names. They said, "Oh, who is that? We don't know any of that." And then, the good thing I always said about Devin Haney is that he wasn't online social media. He wasn't on social media talking and running off at the mouth like he was. He was just out there chilling, doing what he's supposed to do, coming in shape, staying out of the limelight. Bill, his father, was the one that was pretty much the mouthpiece of Devin Haney. But we trying to stick to the boxer, right? So as Devin Haney continued to build his record and finally stepped in there with Jorge Linares, people thought that was a quality opposition right there. Jorge Linares, man, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. And if anybody remember that live I did, that post-fight live, I said, I respect Team Haney for actually listening to the fans, because they was like, they always had this stamp that they would say he was boring, ennui, insipid, banal. He didn't give us any entertainment value, right? So when he went out there and fought Jorge Linares, he was different. He was on the inside. He was slipping underneath punches. Saying he was getting off his combination. He looked sharp, and he dominated the fight all the way up to the 10th round, where he endured a shot, that rocked him. Okay, and this is not really to go into detail, but he started building up his opposition to the fact that when people start paying attention, right? But it seemed like he was still clamoring, clamoring for popularity, clamoring for acceptance from the fight fans. He took a whole different route than Ryan Garcia. What Devin Haney was trying to do was get the straps and be recognized as a rising star in the sport, for people to respect him as such. Ryan Garcia, he was getting respect in the social media world. He was getting respect in the social media world. When it came to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, when Ryan Garcia, I think it was after he beat Luke Campbell, Devin Haney came into the ring and pretty much did the same thing Shakur Stevenson did. Ryan Garcia didn't run. So pretty much, Devin Haney came to the ring because he wanted to let Ryan Garcia know, okay, I want to fight you. But Ryan Garcia didn't want to fight Devin Haney. He wanted to fight Gervonta Davis. Crazy, huh? It's crazy how that shit worked out. He said, I don't want to fight you. And this is a guy who had, you're talking about a championship belt. You can fight this guy. You can become relevant yourself. You can achieve something you haven't done, Ryan. He didn't want it. He wanted to fight Gervonta. You know why? Because Gervonta was the bigger ticket. Gervonta Davis was the bigger ticket, bro. He shut down Devin Haney to his face when Haney had the title. I don't know if it was a lack of respect on how he got the title, or just the fact that he didn't feel like he would get the amount of money that he was going to get with Gervonta. But he said, I want to fight Gervonta Davis. And we all know what happened after then. He went on the Duck Masters Coalition. They never stepped in the ring until recently. He went through his little ordeals and struggles, but he pointed out that he wanted to fight Tank because he felt like that was the big ticket item. Right? It's crazy how this shit worked. So you look at Devin Haney, who finally got his shot. All praise to Allah, I guess, looked out for him, because when it came down to me telling people, right, they didn't want to listen. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes people got to hear your voice again, and then before they really catch on to what you were saying. But I told people when I came out and started calling Cambozo, I started calling him Cambozo. I say, listen, I don't like a dude who I know for a fact is going to switch up, and he did. He was talking all that shit about Tio, switched up and called himself undisputed when he was saying Tio wasn't undisputed, right? And then he wanted to go around with this newfound prestige, and he wanted to act like he was looking for his next opponent, and Devin Haney may be it. It was never Devin Haney. I told people that. I said it was Vasil Lomachenko. I told him that. I said it. I said it's Vasil Lomachenko. Shout out to my guy Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw. Team Tucker in the building. Salute to you. Much respect, bro. So I said, damn, you know, how is this working? How's it working? You know, you got Devin Haney trying to build himself up, and then you got Vasil Lomachenko, who's the golden child of all golden childs. But we have such a amazing dynamic between these two fights on these guys meeting each other, trying to blend in with one another. It was never Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis. It was always Ryan Garcia who ignored Devin Haney and called out Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney, it wasn't like anything was wrong with him as a person per se, but it was something wrong with the popularity and the aspect. And like Showtime said, a lot of people said he wasn't a draw. So business-wise, Ryan Garcia looked at it like, I'm not going to be in the sport that long. I want to fight a tough fight in Gervonta Davis. And he's the one that continued to be on pay-per-view. I want him. But he didn't get the fight immediately. But Gervonta continued to fight on pay-per-view. And then it got to a point where it was considered perfect. Okay, this is when we fight. The fight came about. He knocked out Rolly. And then, Ryan was next up after Hector Luis Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It worked out perfectly. Then you come with Lomachenko, the golden child of boxing, who had a little slight connection with Devin Haney when he was the WBC champion briefly, who said to Mauricio Suleiman that he wasn't fighting the rest of the year. So therefore, in between time, he was elevated to franchise champion and vacated the WBC title. And the rest is history. We already know what happened. They said, okay, Haney received another title via email, and Lomachenko went on to fight Teofimo Lopez. Now listen, let me go back to Cambozo. Y'all remember when Cambozo was the IBF mandatory for Tio. Tio had conflict back and forth. It was just a debacle on how this shit was played out on social media. Devin was once again going at Teofimo Lopez, hoping and wishing that he can talk his shit. They was doing the same thing they was doing with Gervonta. And I don't frown upon it. You know what I'm saying? They was talking trash. But once again, Tio didn't think that Devin was a seller. He didn't think he was a hot ticket seller, that he had Wall Street to his name for him to put his belts on the line. So with all the talking back and forth and this, that, and the other, it went wrong. It went wrong because Teofimo, in a lot of people's eyes, including mine, I felt he took the best route, not the easy route, the best route, the hardest route. He fought Masayoshi Nakatani and stopped Richard Comey and went on to beat Vasily Lomachenko. But when it came down to Cambozo was able to get the win over Tio. But the reason why I called him Cambozo, because of how he was acting, trying to pretend like the titles wasn't undisputed. And right when he won the titles, he went to his IG and he put the undisputed lightweight world champion. You was criticizing the shit out of Tio, but anyway, that shit don't matter. What does matter is bringing in Devin Haney into the equation. I try to tell people about Cambozo. I say he's not looking for Devin Haney. And then when I was at the fight, and I think Showtime was right there. I'm not sure, but I spoke to Cambozo's team. And I asked them simply on what route they was trying to take, what road they was trying to travel next for this fight. Who were you looking for? Because I knew damn well they wasn't looking for Devin Haney. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest in reporting this shit. And they told me we going where the most money at. I say, so that means y'all going to Lomachenko per se, because, He was the former unified champion. And of course, he's a bigger name than Devin. Yeah, we going for where the most money's at. All right, say cool. And before that, I asked the person, did they want to be, on camera for an interview? They declined. So the information I got is simply from being there on site. You know what I'm saying? Being there on site and was told. I wasn't told to keep it a secret. They said we going for where the money at. Right then, I knew and confirmed that they was going for Lomachenko. But through Allah that blessed Devin, he went over to the war and Devin got his shot. Changed his whole career. He won the 2 fights in Australia, but yet the fight fans didn't really respect it. You know why they didn't respect it? Because they looked at Cambozo as a clown. And they say, you know what? He was good enough to beat Tio, who wasn't 100%. But yet he can go over to Australia and box the ears off of Cambozo. And that's exactly what he did. You can't be mad at Devin Haney for boxing the ears off of Cambozo. That's what he was supposed to do. Not only that, people can say what they want. I'm not a huge fan of Devin Haney, point blank. I'm not. But as a man, as a mature, a man of maturity, integrity, who can talk about this shit neutrally when I feel like it, I would say that Team Haney went over there with a contract that would be considered below the standards, the monetary standards for a fight of that magnitude. They signed it. Cambosis benefited off 2 fights, whereas Team Haney wanted to benefit the same. Just like you hearing Crawford Spence come out, 8 figures apiece. That's what Team Haney wanted to do. So when he went over there under less than honorable circumstances when it came to the money, he got the job done. He got the job done. So people was like, oh man, he got it done. Okay, cool. Then it got to Lomachenko and people start now they start trying to abandon him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, Lomachenko, it's hard to say. Yeah, he was fighting Tio's common opponents and Masayoshi Nakatani and Richard Comey. Tio already beat him. But Tio lost the belts. But Lomachenko still be good enough to beat Haney. Now Haney was back at a predicament that he was before he stepped over in Australia. They took him back. They say, oh, it's almost like he didn't go over there to Australia. Now you got to prove to us that you can go ahead and beat Vasyl Lomachenko. He's been seeing what's been going on with Gervonta. He remembered Ryan Garcia saying, you know what, you're my boy and everything. I want to fight Gervonta. Gervonta has always been out there on the skyline. He's always been out there shining on the skyline, right? And Haney know this. So when it came for him stepping to Lomachenko, Team Haney is listening to what people say. He may not like everything people say, but he's listening. He's listening. Just like I said, they listened for the Jorge Linares fight, right? So when it came down to him fighting Lomachenko, a lot of people didn't know what to expect because they was like, oh, this is Haney going into another fight. Nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new. It ain't too much anything exciting. We know Lomachenko is not going to get out of character and do anything crazy. And then all of a sudden he pushes Lomachenko. This is Devin Haney who's working to build up his character, his persona as a boxer so people can start gravitating to him. This is money we're talking about. This is money, y'all. This is freaking money. Money. This all has to do with money. As a prize fighter, your character has a lot to do with your money. Your popularity as a fighter has a lot to do with money and people coming to see you, right? So he pushes Lomachenko, he gets fined, he goes in there and he wins the fight. The fight is without controversy, but goddamn, I'm not here to talk about how the fight ended. I thought both fighters fought a good fight. Lomachenko showed me a little bit more than I thought he still had. I thought he was a little bit older, but going into the fight, I had Devin Haney winning the fight. But maintaining my integrity after the fight, I thought Lomachenko edged him out. Of course, like I told you, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The referee, the judges and all the other shit. I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to build up a climactic moment to kind of explain why there's separation in the numbers. So with everything I just mentioned, encompassing, right, about these fighters and how they kind of maneuvered themselves through the boxing streets to get the fight that everybody was talking about. Ryan Garcia fought Gervonta. Boom, it's there. Devin Haney off 2 fights in Australia, defended his freaking undisputed titles, then going here for a second time to defend his titles. He gets it done. He gets the decision. But my biggest question to you all, the fight fans, is why are the numbers so widely separated? Look at the numbers. 1.3 to 1.5. You're talking about 150K to 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. This where it gets a little bit sour. This where it gets a little foggy for some people. How can a fight with more titles, a fight with more divisions, come up short on the pay-per-view side of it with a 2-time gold medalist who has fought and did great numbers with Teofimo Lopez on free TV? Devin Haney still undefeated, won the titles, defended the titles, and this is his second time defending the undisputed titles in the four-belt era with every title, including the franchise. How can they not live up to expectations due to the achievement and accolades that they went in this fight with? How is that possible? How can we look at this? What can be the deterrent? What is preventing the Haney and Lomachenko fight for doing numbers like Davis versus Garcia? Is it just social media? Is it just Gervonta being this star that people just, they like because he has knockout power? No, it's more than that. He has his entertainment value at pay-per-view. Yeah, it's that and more. It's that and more. His entertainment value and popularity as a fighter, and also the power that he possesses, the way he goes in there and gets, the hunt, gets acclimated to the hunt. People find that a reason to come and see him fight. People say, okay, hey, Tank is on deck. You want to go see the fight? Let's go get a ticket. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to sleep. Okay, let's go. But when you take these two fighters, it wasn't that one little moment in there say, so-and-so's getting knocked out. People really weren't talking like that. They say, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. It's gonna be a boxing match. We really don't know. The first thing they talk about is Devin's power. That's always going to be, just like they talk about Paulie Malignaggi. They talk about his power. They talk about Lomachenko being too old. But yet Lomachenko showed to have, still have some competitive, diesel in him. He was still able to compete, still able to look sharp. Devin Haney looked sharp. But overall, it ended the way it ended. How come the numbers are so far apart? Let me tell you why. This may be a problem. This may be one of the common denominators as to why this shit is so bad. If you look at Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, they're not attached to anybody when it comes to social media. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia does his thing. Tank Davis do his thing. He's not on social media like that. Every now and then he'll jump on Twitter. But as far as that goes, he's not really on there like that. Vasyl Lomachenko, he ain't really been no trash talker. You know what I'm saying? Vasyl Lomachenko was able to get Devin Haney fined $400K, all because Devin did something that plenty other fighters, have done under that freaking commission. You know what I'm saying? Tank has pushed several fighters under that commission, and they did nothing. Lomachenko gets pushed by a fighter who wants to be recognized more and more. Who thought it would be behoove him to spark it up a little bit, spark up a little fire. Let me push him, and he overdid it. You know what I'm saying? He overdid it in the eyes of those that was around him because Lomachenko looked so fragile. When he pushed him, his body folded and stuff. It was the right thing in the wrong moment. But why are the numbers so separated? Because Ryan wasn't this incredible boxing star, but Gervonta was. And then you look at Vasyl Lomachenko, he was this boxing star, this golden child with Top Rank. But Devin Haney isn't. How can Gervonta pull it off, but Lomachenko can't? Do anyone have the answer? We've seen Deontay Wilder with Helenius do under 100. We've seen Haney step in here and do 150K. Is it a possibility people are not tuning in or gravitating to Devin Haney because of who they're associated with? Can that be? I'm not sure. I'm asking the question. If they are associated LDBC or nothing, and we've had two fighters that have done low numbers, like fighters that are heavily attached to this organization. Not to say everybody in this acronym is bad. I'm saying the association. Is this a group that is not contributing to Haney? Now, it's a lot of parts that I'm trying to figure out as to why this man did such low numbers. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that is one of them. It might be, up there in the top 3 to 5 reasons why his numbers tanked the way they did with Vasyl Lomachenko. The reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it, because you remember that guy talked about Teofimo Lopez? You remember how they said Teo, ducked out of the WBC tournament and went the IBF route? And then Devin was left at the WBC and Lomachenko supposed to fight him because he was just mandatory and all this, right? But what about Teo? What about Teo? Wasn't Teo in the same position? Wasn't Devin Haney pursuing Teo when he won the belts? But see, Vasyl Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez on free TV when Teofimo Lopez don't have the numbers on pay-per-view. He didn't have no numbers to go off of. But him and Lomachenko fought on free TV and did over 1 million views. It was success, right? So if you take that same dance partner, Lomachenko, and you match him up with Devin Haney isn't Lomachenko, but he does have more straps than Teo at the time, if you include the franchise belt, right? Am I right? Am I right? Same dance partner. So they did over 1 million views on free TV on ESPN, the same network, y'all. But then you come over here and your own pay-per-view now, not free TV, your own pay-per-view. And 1.5 of the dance partner is the same. Vasyl Lomachenko, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Look, it doesn't matter if Lomachenko didn't have no belts going into here. He's still considered a golden child. So Devin Haney has all the belts. It's just the hardware is in a different location, different ownership. So you take the hardware of Devin Haney going into this fight, and you still have Vasyl Lomachenko. Why didn't the numbers reciprocate anywhere close to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia? If you had a guy who had already been in a situation to fight for undisputed with Teofimo Lopez, and they did solid numbers in viewership, but yet coming back over here, it tanked, so to speak. 1.5. Now, this is what I got to say about this situation. This is the weird part about certain people not supporting individuals that don't have any structure, who have a bad reputation. If you're going to wear LDBC or nothing shirt, if you really want to send this through the stratosphere of boxing, All you had to do was put them on the shorts. Did anyone see LDBC or nothing on the shorts? Did they? Did they see anything on the shorts? Did you see any of those members wearing their shirts? Did you see them prominent? Did you see their presence being talked about with their shirts? No. The answer is no. November Oscar, no. I'm just trying to figure out one of these social media because everybody is basing everything on social media. So I was like, it has to be something dealing with social media as to why these numbers didn't add up. Because, like I said before, so many people like Lomachenko. They like Lomachenko. But Devin Haney, they haven't really been able to just commit to gravitating to him. No, I have no issue with it. I'm just talking my shit, as, the topic of discussion of the day. I'm saying, where was all the shirts? Where is all the sponsorships on the trunk? There's a rumor out here that Bill said LDBC or nothing, but yet they cut it. Nobody got it. I'm gonna tell you like this from somebody who was on deck, right? At these pressers. People film are running. Not film. Their mobile devices are recording. People are recording. So if by chance Bill Haney said LDBC or nothing, somebody picked up the audio. Now you trying to tell me through all the conspiracy that Bill Haney said LDBC or nothing, and every single recording device erased the information? You're trying to tell me nobody picked up the audio to put it on social media and say, hey, guess what was said? This is what I don't get. Obviously, there are supporters that's within the LDBC that support Devin Haney. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's a good look. Bill is choosing to wrap his head around it. That's what they choose to do. Deontay choosing to wrap his support around it since he's known him for long. I'm not here to tell grown men how to support, and what to do. But it's a difference between Deontay is the one that's supporting the LDBC like that. He is the fighter. Devin, the fighter, doesn't give off that vibe that he's always been supportive in, supporting these guys like that. His pops was. His pops don't fight though. His pops is not the fighter that's in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So what's been going on out here on social media, I don't know how much it affected Devin as the fighter, especially up to recent. Now, I heard BFTV the other day, he was in with it with Southpaw, whatever. And shout out to Southpaw. Dude is extremely vicious with his presentations when it comes to the Devin Haney, and I guess he was over there on BFTB, right? What needs to change and what needs to be understood about these situations with some of these members. There's some cool LDBC numbers I don't have no issues with, but this guy right here, I always told you that he is like mold on spoiled food. He's bacteria. He's bacteria to Devin Haney's brand, right? So this was a guy that's always talking about D-riding all the time. D-riding. So he was feeling some type of way about, Southpaw saying he wanted to spar him, all that. And I don't blame Southpaw for saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how he feel. That's how he feel. You know what I'm saying? But this guy right here was on deck at the fight. This has become an occurrence where you have these certain members on deck with their favorite fighters. Deontay Wilder was able to get approved for certain members to be on deck when they was denying credentials, me being included. Okay, it's all good. Then it comes up to this fight right here. Certain members were approved. All right, cool. But for him, I didn't see where you got any media. I don't see how you was a good influence with putting out media. Like if you watch when I'm on deck covering somebody, it's all about putting out content on that week. You let people know that, hey, this is who I took a picture of, this way who I interviewed. A lot of people, talk about my photos, taking picture of the fights more than, that's what I enjoy most. But I did not see this individual highlight the fighter Devin Haney like it should be. This is free promo. You see Showtime, he's putting out content after content about his fighter Jahad Tucker. You have to salute that. But when I seen these members that was out there supposed to be expanding the exposure of Devin Haney's brand more than 150K, that's what they were supposed to be doing. I didn't see it. I didn't see nothing. I just see individuals out there walking around and going live and talking about this. Why wasn't there exclusive videos on deck at that time, man? To say, one thing I say about Deontay, I remember when he had barbershop conversation, did exclusive interview with barbershop. He used to have the exclusive interviews. That's one thing I loved about Deontay. Yeah, I said loved about him because he talked to the people. He gave you that time. He gave you that freaking confidentiality. He made it about him and the freaking media. Not until, him understanding that the fans wasn't shit and they didn't care about his bomb squad, that he said, Malik, you're going to talk for me because I'm tired of these niggas. That's pretty much what it was. But Devin Haney is not on the level of a Deontay Wilder. Like I said before, Deontay was speaking to 78 on his own. People look at Deontay as doing his own thing. Okay, that's a man's man. Okay, that's what he's doing. But Devin, people still think his father is speaking for him. They don't think Devin Haney, when it comes to the LDBC, that he's the one that's up here speaking on it. People look at it like, well, whatever is happening with the brand is because of, the stuff to be going on with his father on that. And I have no problem. Bill talk his shit. He out here on social media. But how is it growing the brand though? How is all this there and they, all this group and wearing the memorabilia? Why wasn't it on display, full display in a public setting at a boxing match for Undisputed? Why didn't I see the same shirt being displayed? Why didn't I see the brand being displayed? If it's structure out here to build this man past 150K, I don't see no productivity, bro. I'm just being honest. I see no productivity. Gervonta Davis is not attached to anything. Ryan Garcia ain't attached to anything. They did 1.3, bro. Vasil Lomachenko and Devin Haney, man, was down there and 150K is unacceptable. It's unacceptable to put this much time and effort to speak on a fighter and they not give you due diligence. They're not giving you the due diligence. And yes, I've seen Devin come out and be on shows and do interviews. I have no issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know, me and Showtime was talking the other day. We all know who the new H Money is. It's freaking BFTV. He's new H Money. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is the new skid mark, bro. No mercy given. You are the next one in line. You are the next one in line. But you're sitting up here talking about dick riding when Devin, now you've been on record as saying that you don't get involved with these fighters and you support the sport and all these other niggas out here, dick riders, they support the fighters. Nigga, you are the biggest dick rider. You are the grandest of them all right now. Because hypocrisy has drowned at you, bro. Now that you find yourself all of a sudden locked in with LDBC and Bill Haney, and knowing you wasn't supporting Devin Haney like that in the past, heavy like that, when he came on your channel, bro, you should never say anyone else dick riding again in your life. In your life. The way you sat up there as a 46 plus, damn near 50-year-old man, the way you was cheesing and goddamn calling the youthful Devin Haney king and smiling and cheesing. Nigga, don't ever mention Dick Rod again, because all that shit you did get him past 150K. Y'all didn't have no plan on fight week. I remember seeing this nigga go live and he said, "Oh man, I thought I wanted to do something." No, they was talking about men. Look, men Showtime on deck. We moving, we grooving, and we getting media and we putting the shit out. They seeing it from him, they seeing it from me, they seeing it, back wherever Jahai's going, it's all about him. These dudes was motherfucking selfish. I'm talking about BFTV. These dudes was out there to get media on Devin Haney to build up him past 150K, to build up his pay-per-view status. And I didn't see no media. Like, when I say no media, I did not see any specific media from the LDBC on Devin Haney to say, you know what, this is what they need. Now this group has came together. They building up Haney. They have media coming out on fight week. People are going to tune in more than they did before leading up to this point. Where was the branding, bro? Where was all this LDBC or nothing through the roof in the skies? Take a flight from one destination to the next. We're global, baby. We're global. Where was it? Dude, you had Devin Haney on your show. Congratulations to the new age money of Devin Haney. You cannot speak on dick riding when you sold yourself out to support a fighter heavy and say he's everything. Yeah, look, I give H Money his props. When he was fully committed to supporting Devin Haney, he did it like no other person has. He even did it better than ILTBA when he used to talk about Errol Spence. That's fact. As a man, I can say that shit. Just because I refer to him as Skid Mark, don't mean that I can't sit up here and say when H was freaking supporting Haney, that's what he did. He fully committed. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's dick riding." Okay, okay, but he every single day was talking about Haney. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he was supposed to do. Real talk. That's exactly what he did. And people know that. Look, truth be told, the crazy part about it, truth be told, I explained this shit to Bill. I told him straight up, man. Like, that dude is not gonna last long, but he's good for now. But he was what Bill Haney need to put the word out there. The people that came to his panel talked about Devin Haney. They was Devin Haney supporters. If you go to H Money 2.0 BFTB, people can't come over to his panel like they did H Money and talk about Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney was getting more exposure on H Money's panel. I know for a fact he was. That on H Money's panel than they would ever get in an LDBC panel. Period. Because everybody that was over there at a point in time when everything was cool, not now, but when everything was cool, they was talking about Devin Haney. They was bigging him up. Bigging him up, bigging him up, bigging him up. You don't get that here. All you get is a cat that's trying to come up with spreadsheets and information that people don't respect. People don't respect the growth aspect on what he has going on talking about Haney. People don't respect any of these other dudes that's talking about Haney. That's at the LDBC because it's nothing that you're doing to add to his exposure and build his brand. Like, I was expecting y'all to be strong with the t-shirts in Vegas. What happened? What happened? It's people that say, they was talking about me and Showtime in the rafters, but they saw the media come out, right? It's one thing that I stand by, even when doing what you're supposed to, doing what is right when nobody's looking. That's one of the mantras that we had in the Marine Corps, right? Doing what is told without anyone looking, right? And even when I was covering Williams, it was the same thing. I can move without being seen. I can move without being told. I'm not there for the clout, and all this other shit, right? But I remember one thing that the Jahai's father said. We was sitting in the room and we was doing our own thing. We was kind of stalling time until we move on to the arena, right? So he was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. Showtime was doing his thing. And Coach Tucker said, You know what? I like see how everybody doing their own thing. It's not no any extra added stress on trying to entertain nobody. It's not his exact words, but he was like, we're not up here, got somebody all up here, doing too much, so to speak. Everybody's doing their own thing. Somewhat, peace and quiet solace because it's fight day. Everybody's doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it extremely easy to know what your role is and what your position is on fight week and to get the media done. You know what I'm saying? The smoothest transition with Team Tucker is that everybody know their lane. And when it comes to the media, Shot News know what he has to do and what he has to rotate and get that exposure out there and everything. When I was back in there and the pictures that you see with the team, I wasn't trying to be in the picture. My whole point and objective was to get the team on the lens. Even when ESPN came in there, I didn't jump in the camera or jump in a view. The team is over there. I didn't see that when I saw the LDBC out there. I didn't see people just getting stuff of the team mentality for Devin Haney. Devin Haney was the one that went in there and fought 12. What I seen, I was in the locker room. It don't matter if he ain't a world champion yet. I seen BF in the locker room cheesing on the cheese cam. That's what happened when you don't go to fights. You're marveling at dick riding. Nigga, you was cheesing on dick riding. See, me, I already know that the person that's stepping into the ring is the objective and his team to put the light on them. I don't need to be in front of the camera. So when you hear these people try to hate and say, oh, so-and-so's up here, they don't know what they're doing. They do know. They see all the media that comes out during the week. I didn't see any media come out. I seen BF, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. Acting like an old ass bitch. Oh, I'm tired. I just want to sit down. It wasn't delightful, bro. How are you going to grow your brand, Bill, attached to the LDBC when these dudes did you dirty? I didn't see where these cats was giving you the media to expand the work that you put in. You did more work from them than they did from you. It's supposed to be media after media after media to build up that 150 to 800K to 1.5 million. That's what they was there to do. To provide more exposure for the pay-per-view. That's what they was there to do. I didn't see pictures. I didn't see freaking, interviews. I didn't see any type of progress when it came down to the fighter. Devin is the fighter. He is the undisputed lightweight world champion. He is the king. Y'all was walking around there, busy just gloating in the moment. How are you going to gloat in the moment when the numbers are 150, bro? How are you going to get him up to 1.3? This shit wasn't easy. I know you said to yourself, damn, this shit ain't easy. You walked out of a freaking presser and was tired. Nigga, that's when the shit began. You walking with the team. You got the camera rolling. You showing people, boom, boom, boom. Let me clip that up. Let me post that to IG. Boom, get some more footage. Let me clip that up. Let me post that to IG. Boom. It's media time, bro. This is what I'm saying about you niggas on here. Y'all claim you media, but when you on the front lines, it's time to march. Y'all, oh man, where we eating at? Let's go get some food. No, food comes when you have did absolutely everything you need to do for that fighter. The one that's freaking taking the punishment, the one that's stepping in the square, the one that's putting hands on Lomachenko on the way in, the one that has earned undisputed, the one that would go down in the four-bear era as undisputed. It's y'all duty, LDBC or nothing, to go out here and get as much footage on Devin Haney as possible. I didn't see the shit. I think y'all affiliation is harming the brand. You feel me? I truly do. You know what I'm saying? BFTB cannot talk about dick riding. He the biggest dick rider on social media. When you get an older cat call a dude king 20 times in under a minute, nigga, you are absolutely the legitimate bona fide dick rider. and it shows. You are the dick rider. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you got Devin on your platform and you Kang, 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 man. And check this out. And check this out. Check this out, right? This dude, now I remember mentioning this, right? When at H Money, way back in the day. One of my complaints was I say, look, H, I hear what you're saying. You're talking all that shit, right? But I haven't seen Bill. And Bill will tell you, I haven't seen Bill. My attitude, look, I'm trying to tell people my mentality's been the same on this shit. It's not even out of malice. It's out of like, what are you looking to gain out of this situation? I told H, I said, man, H, you ain't been to the mansion yet. When are you gonna go there and do some media? You talking all this and that. I tried to prepare him for what he ended up finding out on his own. WCS tried to prepare this nigga. No hate whatsoever. I tried to prepare him. I said, listen, has he invited you to the mansion? Has he invited you to a fight camp? Has he invited you to Vegas? So when I finally found out that Fight Hype was up there in the mansion recording, I said, oh, okay. We do have a media segue that's up there in the mansion. All right. So my thought process was, okay, we have another fight, undisputed. So we get a post fight when everybody's gotten back and settled in. He's on there dick riding. Yes, I said it. BFTB's up there dick riding. He's up there talking about, oh man, you know. No, let me go back a little bit. Let me channel my Michael Jackson and moonwalk a little bit in this Thriller. I remember BF saying to Devin, the son of BH the Great, he said, hey, Devin, you know your dad was gonna fly me out. What the fuck? Hey, Devin, you know your dad was gonna fly me out, right? You know, right? You know your dad was gonna. This is a young man who has his whole life ahead of him. You are an old, decrepit failure, scumbag, who's talking to a guy who's accomplished more than you did when you was his age. You up here telling Devin Haney, hey, you know, your dad said he was gonna fly me out. He's gonna fly me out. A real one would say, you know what? I was gonna fly out to see y'all, but I didn't get permission. Things came up. Yeah, we know scumbag. We know what it is. You always be a scumbag. So he couldn't make it up out. And he's trying to tell the man who's making the money, the man that's a part of the team, that's his father, the family who's been grinding on my, you know, they've been out here grinding, jamming off nip, right? Not this bum. And he's going to tell Devin, hey, man, you know, your dad was going to fly me out, right? He's going to fly me out, man. And you know, and then Devin say, why you didn't come? Oh, he started looking through it. Well, you know, due to my scumbagism, I wasn't able to leave the perimeters of Texas. He said that to Devin. Your dad was going to fly me out. Nigga, why you can't? Look, this is what I can't understand about this dick rider. I remember when I tried to bet him on a fight, he said, get out of here. This is a measly 500, right? He said, get out of here, man. I bet thousands on fight. But your bum ass couldn't freaking fly out and show Devin Haney that you're willing to spend your own money. See, that's the difference between us. If you're true media and you fuck with a fighter, you should be able to show up and they're not really knowing it. You should be able to go in your own pocket and spend your own money on a ticket to go see them in Vegas. But you say, your dad was going to fly me out. I would say, no, Bill, I got it, bro. You sure? Yeah, I got it. You let them know I'm willing to put in, dig in my own freaking finances and come out here and support you. That's genuine love right there. That's genuine love. You go into your own expenses and pay to be out there. What are you talking about, Bill Payne? Okay, let's move on for that. He has this man on his motherfucking show, right? He tells him that bullshit. And then he starts to sit up there and talk about King over and over again as an older, crusty, angry old Sesame Street Oscar the Grouch. He's up there having Devin on his show, and he's sitting up there giving fellatio for the first freaking 10 minutes when you're supposed to be interviewing the dude. You want people to know what his dad did. You want him to know, you know what I'm saying, all this other shit. Like, come on, man. Like, you're supposed to be conducting the interview and letting Devin know you rocking out with him because you're the new H Money 2.0. But you're showing how you was kissing his ass that you are the ultimate dick rider on YouTube. You are, bro. You did absolutely nothing to get these numbers above 150K. It's pathetic, bro. Where's all this LDBC or nothing when it comes to structure, man? I don't get it. I don't see how you all gonna raise Devin Brand up. How you gonna get more people to gravitate? See, a nigga like me that's be talking some sense. I'm never gonna goddamn sell out. I'm not gonna goddamn have you be up under your so I can talk about so and so knowing you don't give a damn about me. It's not happening. It's not fucking happening. See, as I said before, I try to tell H Money the whole situation before it went down the way it did. And then when the situation went with Punch Drunk dropping those texts, I try to tell people, hey man, it's a dirty motherfucking game out here. So when Punch Drunk wanted to double back on Bill and say, hey, H Money, guess what? This what Bill been saying behind your back. That shit fell out. H Money said, nah, fuck that. I ain't supporting him no more. And when you piss H Money off, it's all or nothing. He said, fuck it. H Money had more of a structured consistency with people joining his panel to support Devin. Because if you didn't, your ass was getting lit up. So a lot of people that was on this panel all the time was there strictly for Devin. I don't see that on the LDBC. I don't see people having panels talking about Devin Haney. It's just all, freaking dick chasers, talking about Devin every now and then they don't even talk about him with freaking intensity, motivation. They just sitting up here, hey man, and this would be BFTV. He got back, hey man, and Bill, oh man, shout out to the king, man. Oh my God, shout out to the God. Bill took me to the mansion. Oh my God, what's this? Was disappointed about that whole shit was that Fight Hype been out there several times. I never seen a video of Fight Hype up there. Oh man, God, King. Thanks for inviting me. Fight Hype was up there doing media shit, bro. They had the camera rolling up there. Where are you all? Where are your media videos? If he invited you to the mansion, where is your media? Did he tell y'all, hey, from here on in, all cell phones off, okay? No recording devices. This is my private domicile, okay? You're not Fight Hype. I don't want to see anybody recording. You understand? Okay, enter. Did security tell y'all that? You may enter. Don't let me catch one of y'all recording. I will confiscate your phones, okay? None of y'all didn't say, hey, Fight Hype was in here recording. All right, that's Fight Hype. That's not y'all. Let's get it clear. That's Fight Hype. They was given prior authorization. Don't get it twisted. Where was all the media? Where was all the media to highlight Devin Haney, bro? He's the fighter. He's the undisputed champion. Defended his titles twice already. I should have seen nothing but Devin Haney videos coming out on your channel. Where is it? Since y'all LDBC or nothing. Where is the motherfucking shit to get him past 150? Your whole purpose of showing up on one of the biggest fights of his career was to get him above 150K. 150K. Where is the media footage? I'm asking you. WCS is asking you, where is the footage? I'm looking at it like y'all used the man. I don't get into people money. I don't know who paid for what to come out there. I just know I seen people out there wearing sponsorship shirts. Why not the brand? If the general is the one that's in charge, Why wasn't it set in stone before y'all went out there that, hey, y'all wearing LDBC or nothing shirts out there in Vegas in the casinos? You trying to tell me y'all didn't get permission to wear the shirts, the SH Ertz? Y'all couldn't wear the brand to represent Team Haney? Oh man, look at that. The LDBC on deck, y'all. Why are y'all not able to walk in public and basically expose your brand, provide exposure for your brand who is supporting the lightweight, undisputed, reigning, defending? I was disappointed. Y'all did absolutely nothing to get that man above 150K. Nothing at all, bro. Nothing at all. And look, just to hear BFTV talking about, well, Julo, to hear him talk about the mansion. Oh my God, that's the first mansion you've been in, nigga? For real. That's the first mansion you've been in? You need to catch up. Yeah, he took us to the mansion. Why you didn't get any media? Where was your mobile phone at, nigga? You always on it. Where was your phone at to get Devin above 150K? Where was the footage? You was just happy to be there, get taken to the mansion, no footage, no media clips. Come on, bro. That's insane, dog. That's motherfucking insane, dog. Y'all know I'm being absolutely honest in my assessment of the situation. Nigga, don't you ever crack your lips open talking about dick riding no more. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the elder. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the nigga that's letting Devin know that, hey, I'm here to ride with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support you by all means. I'm gonna make sure I do my job as media. You ain't media. Y'all niggas ain't media. You don't even know how to properly go to a fight and cover a fight without credentials. I would say at least Blue knows how to do that shit. Maybe Blue should have passed the word to you all on how to get some media shit. But I digress, because I wasn't sitting up there trying to tell y'all what to do. I'm just rather show you than I can tell you. You supposed to goddamn have all the footage, but you there and you busy up here talking about who you gonna slap and all this other shit. But your old crusty ass up there saying, "Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing." Y'all go back and hit the replay. Don't let me show you the clip, because this ain't a BFTV live. I'm just talking about, like, dude, come on, bro. The first day you was there and showed your face, you just wanted to let people know you was out of Texas. And you were there talking about, hey, I really wanted to do something. No, when you there for the fighter, it don't matter how the fuck you feel. You dare to goddamn support the fighter and put as much content out on the fighter as possible. That's what you dare to do. You up there, you got a vacation, and you sit up there and say, oh, I'm tired. No, nigga, you dare to get him over 150K. Why couldn't y'all all talk to each other and get him over 150? That's unacceptable. You're supposed to be out there supporting Team Haney, which consists of Bill and his son. That's what the fuck y'all supposed to be doing. Not going out here, going on live and looking in the street. I'm walking down the Vegas Strip. It's hot as fuck out here, man. I wanted to do something, but I'm tired. I'm just tired, man. My estrogen level's a little bit higher than normal. I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I overestimated this media shit for real. I don't know how, Showtime and WCS does it like that. I mean, shit. I wish I could just sit down and goddamn take some pictures, but fuck, I don't have a camera anyway. I don't use it. I wish I can goddamn know where to go. Oh, fuck. I don't come to fights often. I just talk about them. It's levels to this shit. It's levels. Niggas talk about numbers all day long. You remember when BF was up there talking about, I stayed on here for 8 hours because of me, nigga. 8 hours. I held 250 people. But you're trying to say you held 250 people, but one of you was on deck. Just you, yourself, was on deck, and you was tired within the first 30 minutes that you got freedom to walk out and see the Vegas Strip. You was tired. That is hilarious, boy. You a bum. Y'all failed Devin Haney, bro. Y'all whole objective was to get this man over 150, get him maximum, the word maximum exposure. You hear Tank Davis, you see Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. They over 1 million. And they aren't affiliated with no specific group. But here we are. What is the benefit? Y'all couldn't get this man over 150K. Maybe you all the reason as to why he got 150K. Bill, I'm putting it out there again to you because you didn't like what I said the first time. Bill, I'm just putting it out there again. You need to remove the t-shirt there, homie. I know you're an OG in the game. And I know you're probably laughing at this shit because they sending you links and links and links. But Bill, I told you the first time about H Money, bro. You didn't want to listen. You thought I was just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You thought I was just talking shit. I'm telling you about certain individuals that's not productive to your brand, bro. But I don't care what you do. If that's who you want, cool. But this nigga is not it. That nigga talk about Dick Ryan, and all he doing was he was enamored that you even invited him. And look, I ain't seen no pictures. I want to be able to damn gloat too. I want to say, oh shit, I know that bum ass nigga right there. He's in the mansion. He was actually given access in the mansion. Wow, I haven't seen the picture yet. I need something that I can see. Because the last time I was on IG and I told the nigga something, he blocked me. He made a comment first and then he blocked me like the hoe he is. So I'm looking for the picture that he took, at the mansion, in the mansion, something that I can say, oh, wow, he actually made it inside the doors. Maybe y'all that's listening in the chat, man, if y'all ever run into that picture, can y'all please drop it in my IG? I would love to do a live on it. I would love to do a live on it. If y'all see a picture of him in the mansion or any type of media, I would like to see it because I don't think they benefited Devin Haney the way they supposed to, bro. Nobody can say, nobody that I've covered that gave me access. Teofimo Lopez, I covered him, the fighter. I didn't have any downtime until the fight was over with and they went out to eat. That's facts. Williams, same thing. I covered until I was supposed to, and then we settled down to eat, period. Team Tucker, same exact thing. I know what my role is. Even me and Shaw communicate all the time. That still doesn't mean that when me and him in the same room, and he is the development process. He is part of the original inception of Jihad being signed and everything from day one, right? Regardless of me in the room with him, I still record him with his team. That's what I'm there to do. Not sit up there and want to be in the picture because Jihad is a rising star. My whole point is to get media on the team, to capture moments of the team, bro. Y'all, I didn't see that shit, bro. I just didn't see it, man. But you talk about dick ride. I don't get it. I don't get what productivity went down to get him above 150K. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not getting anywhere with it. Y'all did nothing to get him past 150K. I don't get it, bro. I'm being honest. I don't get it. Real talk. I don't get it. Hold on for a second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Let me get to some of these comments and then I gotta bounce. Hey, no problem there, Blunts. You know what I'm saying? Gumbo said, if you going to the fight July 1st, I got lunch for the trip. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to some of these comments. Shout out to the Outlaw Pugilist. Knockdown 305, Smart Warren, what's good? Mr. Pass, what's good? Mr. Johnson Boxing talking more. Devin ain't been in the media as long as Tank, nor did Haney use the fundamental business model word off mouth Garcia. Fundamental business model word off mouth. I don't know exactly what that means. That tweet I posted about BF being in Dev's locker room did 500K views. The Haney need to get rid of BFTV. You know, him being in the locker room, you know, cheesing, putting himself. Most of what you see, like, I don't know. I just posted a picture. Like, I don't know what's going on with these dudes who feel they need to be in the pictures. I'll take a picture with a fighter, but and also I took my pictures if it present itself. I'll take, but video, I'm there like for the fighter. Like a fighter, they may be focused on the fight, but they paying attention to everything else. You know what I'm saying? So it's just people that's in the dressing room that's not even conducive to really filming a fighter. I would have had my mobile phone on Jahad Tucker in that moment and his team, like we were over there in Oklahoma and you know, every other place is Newark and all that shit, had the camera on them in that moment because that's their moment. You know what I'm saying? But I seen it too much. I seen freaking Omaha. I seen Blue with the camera on him with shades on indoors, which made absolutely no sense to me. And then I see Cheese Cam, you know, 101 BF in the locker room, you know, doing what he's doing because he's not real media person. He's just an online personality. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be all about Devin, but he's like, oh, look at me. Yeah, I'm free for now. Now look at this. I'm in the locker room. Kudos. That just goes to show you his levels to this shit, bro. Dude's mentality is not the same, man. It's not the same. They don't know how to operate that shit. They don't know how to move. You don't know when you're going out there for an undisputed title holder, you're supposed to know how to move. You're supposed to be able to maximize, you know, media exposure strictly for him and Bill and the team. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all that other shit, I just didn't see it. You know, to hear a person turn on the camera and let people know they're in Vegas, and then you just start bitching and complaining and shit like your vagina dry. Oh, I'm so tired. I was gonna do something. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm tired. I know, right? It ain't that easy, huh? Shout out to Tony Boswell. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop there and show support and hit the like button. Working and listening. Salute, brother. Appreciate you, Tony, always, man. Appreciate you. Real talk. Thank you for pulling up. Okay. Because Loma and Haney don't knock people out. Nobody wants to pay to see Haney hug and run all night. He doesn't hug and run all night. You have to look at the Jorge Linares fight. That was a changing moment in Haney's career where, you know, yeah, people can say that they was expecting him to give Gamboa the same type of results that Isaac Cruz gave Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. So people felt some type of way about it. But yet when he fought Jorge Linares, he's fighting him in the pocket. That means they was listening and they switched it up. So, you know, maybe what he did early in his career boxing, like Floyd Mayweather at a point in time, he boxed and moved. Nothing wrong with that. But to each his own. I get what you're saying, bro. To each his own. You're gonna say what you want to say. You know, I ain't defending that shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you're going with it. I seen Jahad kicking it with Maxu from Tracks NYC and the Diamond District. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And you know what? One thing about Jahar, he gets positive media exposure. You know what I'm saying? Positive media exposure, bro. You know what I'm saying when people see his media, they don't have to worry about who he's affiliated with because nobody's in there except the people that's on his team. You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody who don't like, yeah, I'll take a picture with him, but I'm not sitting up there holding the camera on me all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Yeah, I got to get in the picture with Team Haney. This is a memory for me. No, you dare nigga for the fighter. Mad Chat, what's good? I be who I be, some dude in Dublin. I don't know who he is. I just training. W says he's not meaty, he is boxing groupie. You know what I'm saying? Look, this dude is the number one ass kisser on that. He's the H Money 2.0. He's taking over H Money Haney position. You know, he's calling Kane. Man, come on. You was cheesing this shit. Don't you ever mention Dick riding again. That's just a term you use, man. It's your infatuation more than it is others. Own up to it. Come out. Stop standing there all balled up. Come out, let people know. As much as you mention Dick riding, nigga, please. You know what I'm saying? All that shit you can talk behind the scene about this, that, and the other. You the biggest dick rider on here, man. You always want to sit up here and try to challenge people all the time. And what you do, knowing that then he just say, okay, Southpaw say he want to spar. What's wrong with that? I mean, then ain't that what you say you'll do? Then you say you'll slap me when you see me, right? You and your homeboy said that shit. Y'all all about slapping people when you see them. That was you said. You slap somebody. Being on probation, you'll slap somebody, huh? But he talking about dick riding all the time. Dick riding. Come on, bro. You always talking about somebody riding your dick. When people say that all the time, they're infatuated. They really live in the moment visually. You know what I'm saying? He always thinks somebody's trying to come over there to his channel. That's why you don't go over there. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your time going over there because he's not going to give you the ample time of day. Only the people that somewhat surrender and bow down and kowtow and show some type of passive aggressive. No, that ain't happening, bro. They killed his sales, Rick Glazer voice. Motherfucker, I stole it. They did, bro. You know what I'm saying? They should have let Blue run lead. For what? If he was meant to run lead, he would have ran lead. Showtime. He would have ran lead, but I didn't see him, getting exclusive, man. I don't know. Shout out to Town Biz and Town Business Sports and Entertainment. What's good, Town? He said this is why these promotional companies start cracking down on just letting anybody in if you have people just going to watch free fights and not cover the fight or covering the fighters. True words. And that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like if you over there, you're supposed to get the interviews and cover it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If anybody should have been over there getting exclusive in the locker room, it should have been Town Business. You know, they both from Oakland. I'm just saying, if they wanted a real media person up there covering, and being in the locker room and all that, it should have been Town Business, point blank, period. It ain't no doubt about it, no hesitation. That's what it should have been, bro. Boo was off the hook in Omaha. Yeah, that was supposed to be the grandest time because you was the damn, supposedly you was the creator, the founder, the CEO of making that fight happen. And you was a ghost commentator. I got it. The camera was on you in the gym. We there to see the fighters in the gym. You got it on yourself. Hey, refresh the super chat. I want to get a new pair of shades when I leave this place. And yeah, I'm gonna show you. They're gonna see. They're gonna get sparring in. They're gonna get sparring in. I'm gonna show you. But I'm gonna keep the camera on me right now because that's where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all don't take these cats too serious now. You know, understand? Just like Showtime said the other day, man. You know, BFT is the new H Money 2.0. You want to talk about dick riding and ass kissing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't ever come out your mouth saying that you a fan of the sport and not the fighter, like you always say. No, nigga, you are not him. You are the one that's dick riding. Like you say, you are the biggest dick rider on YouTube when it comes to talking supposedly boxing. The way you kiss ass, bro, it's just disgusting. It make you vomit. You be having the whole shit down there. Forget gagging. Forget gagging, nigga. You on a whole nother level. No reflexes at all the way you be up there doing that shit. Kang, 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 kang. Nigga, talk to him for real. Talk about some boxing shit. You know, don't tell a growing young man like Devin, hey man, you know your dad was gonna fly me out, right? That's embarrassing. Nigga, you're 49 and a half years old, 50, dog. Why would you tell a young man that's making the money to going out here putting on the sparring? I mean, putting on the headgear, lacing up. You know what I'm saying? Getting his hands wrapped, lacing up, mouthpiece, and putting in the sacrifice. And you're gonna say, hey, you know your dad was gonna spend your money on me, right? I just want to be honest with you, man. Your dad was gonna spend your money. And somehow, something happened. And Devin say, why you didn't come out here? I'm like, wow. I'm pretty sure you heard WCS. He gave you a breakdown of my history among other people. And you know, something happened. I couldn't do this and that. You know, but I'll be up there later, you know. But let this be a lesson to all y'all that tune into this live. Understand one thing. It's levels to this shit. I'm not saying I'm the biggest at anything. But you need a sense of maturity on if you're going to cover a fighter, know who to cover. If you dare to cover the fighter, cover their fighter, the fighter and the team. Don't go out there just for yourself on a vacation because you're not media then. You're on vacation. I didn't see any media. It's just proves my point that, yeah, y'all want to say LDBC and all that on social media, but it was no structure. Your shirts wasn't even being presented. Your name would have been big if he would have wore the same shirt. What Bill proved to me is that you're big enough to be on YouTube. Outside of YouTube, no. Because if he would have wore your shirt as he went into the ring and on the back of it, because you know he's always facing Devin right there. If he would have had your shirt, LDBC or nothing, on live television, then that would have changed some things. That would have changed some things. But since that was shut down and it couldn't be accommodated, that's where y'all at right now. You know what I'm saying? Just face it. That's where y'all at right now. If he would have had y'all shirt on live television, and people say, "Hey, look, God, King, yo, look. Stop it. Man, freeze that. Screenshot it, y'all. Make a thumbnail out of that motherfucker. Bill represents LDBC or nothing, dog. Look at the screen, dog. God damn. We did it, dog. We big. The LDBC, we good. Oh, my God. Man, I thought I'd never see the day. Salute the Bill. God damn it, salute the Bill. He did it. We global, baby. Yes, sir. We global. Look at that. They would have had that thumbnail all over YouTube, bro. Not one picture. And when I say not one, I didn't see not one. I didn't see not one screenshot. I didn't see it, bro. I mean, when it's something about when you say the Almighty, it's something that's supposed to happen. You know, when you got an LDBC or nothing shirt on YouTube, it means minimal. But when you got it on a network in front of millions, that's when things change. That's when things change. You know what I'm saying? That's when things change. And it didn't happen. So what I think need to happen, like I told 78, he need to get rid of some people. He need to get rid of Blue Blood. He need to get rid of goddamn BFTB today. That's the worst. It's several other people y'all need to get rid of. But I'm just saying, how are you gonna grow? I don't give a fuck how you gonna grow that. I don't, because there's no structure anyway. He would have wore the shirt and then would have changed things. Y'all would have been on the map, but it didn't happen. Y'all was shut down. I didn't see any media with the shirts all over. I thought y'all was supposed to be, at least you could have used the crash test dummy, man. You could have got freaking, Erica to come up there with a shirt. He don't know how to do no damn media. All he do is walk around. You could have got him to walk around with a shirt on. Hey, move. LDBC, move. We here, baby, move. We got the shirt on, baby. Look. And then, it would have been different, but nah. We disappointed. We don't have no video. We don't have no footage to get these numbers up over 150K. It failed, bro. It failed. Real talk. But y'all, I'm out. I'll be back on later. Salute to everyone who pulled up. Thanks for all the donations and the cash out. Appreciate your salute. Continue to support the channel. And don't be fooled, man. And be careful going over there. You go over there and watch that dude. Be careful, man. You're going to get disgusted with all that ass kissing. Peace.